English Talk Show. Learn English through real conversations.
Welcome to the English Talk Show podcast. I'm Peter, and I'm here with the amazing Erica.
Hey everyone, I'm Erica, and we're super excited you're here. Our mission is simple: help you speak English more clearly and confidently through real, everyday conversations.
That's right, and today's episode is packed with value. We're going to share 4 simple but powerful tips to help you communicate clearly in English, just like a native speaker.
So make sure to stick with us until the end, because these tips might be exactly what you need to take your English to the next level.
And hey, before we dive in, do us a favor. Subscribe to the podcast and drop a comment telling us where in the world you're listening from.
Yes, we love seeing how global our community is, and in the next episode, we'll send a few shout-outs, so don't be shy.
All right, let's jump right in. Tip number 1. Simplify your idea. Sounds easy, right?
It does, but it's actually one of the most important skills you can develop as a language learner. The more complex your idea is, the harder it will be for others to follow.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Imagine you're trying to explain something to a 5-year-old. If they can understand you, you've probably nailed it.
That's a great way to think about it. Simplifying your ideas doesn't mean dumbing them down. It means making them clear and easy to follow.
Right. And when you simplify, you start to organize your thoughts better. That's the first step to becoming a great communicator in any language.
Peter, you always say this, and I love it. Find the core of what you're trying to say.
Absolutely. Like the core of an apple. You want to get to the juicy center of your idea and deliver that message as clearly as possible.
And once you've simplified your idea, you'll be surprised how easy it becomes to express it in English, even if your vocabulary isn't perfect yet.
Exactly. So remember, tip 1, simplify your idea. Simple is powerful.
Let's move on to tip number 2. Prove your idea. This one is often overlooked.
Yes. Many English learners stop after making a point, but they don't explain why or how it makes sense.
Exactly. And when you don't support your idea, it feels like something's missing, like the thought is incomplete.
Think of it like this. Your idea is the main dish, but the proof is the seasoning. It makes it flavorful.
I love that. And it's true. Proof gives your message more weight and helps the listener believe you.
In school, we learned how to back up our thoughts with examples, logic, or facts. That skill transfers directly to English.
Right. And in English conversations, native speakers naturally add small stories or reasons to support what they're saying.
So when you share a thought in English, ask yourself, can I explain this further or give a reason?
Yes, you don't need a long speech. Just 1 or 2 supporting sentences can really improve your message.
Let's try an example. If I say, learning English is important, that's fine, but it's much stronger if I say why.
Exactly. Like, learning English is important because it helps you connect with people from around the world.
Boom! That's a complete thought. It's clear and convincing.
And when your message is convincing, people are more likely to listen and more likely to remember what you said.
This also shows fluency. Native speakers do this naturally, and when you prove your ideas, you sound fluent too.
So don't skip this step. Supporting your point gives your English more structure and depth.
And honestly, this will help in writing as well. Emails, essays, anything. Clarity matters everywhere.
Absolutely. And the best part? It makes conversations more interesting because you're giving context.
So tip number 2, prove your idea. It's not just what you say, it's how you support it.
And that brings us to tip number 3, connect your idea to an emotion. Now, this one is powerful.
Oh, yes. This is where communication becomes human. When you connect emotionally, you create impact.
Let's be honest, people don't remember facts as much as they remember how something made them feel.
Exactly. If you say something that makes me laugh, feel inspired, or even sad, I'll remember it longer.
This is true for English learning, too. If you can tie your message to a feeling, it sticks.
Think about when you're frustrated trying to explain something in English. That emotion can drive your message.
Right, like saying, it's hard for me to speak because I feel nervous in front of people. That's powerful.
Now the person listening understands not just your words, but you, your heart, your struggle, your experience.
And the truth is, people listen more when they feel like you're being real and honest.
So the next time you speak, don't be afraid to show a little vulnerability. It builds connection.
Exactly. It makes your English more meaningful, not just technically correct, but human.
This is what turns English from just a language into a tool for connection.
So, tip number 3, connect your idea to an emotion. Speak from the heart, not just the head.
And now, are you ready for tip number 4?
Let's go.
So yes, tip number 4 is share your examples. This is where everything starts to come alive.
Absolutely. When you share a real example, you're no longer speaking in theory. You're telling a story.
And stories are powerful. They give the listeners something to visualize and feel as they listen.
When you give an example from your own life, it adds authenticity. People trust you more.
Let's say you're talking about learning English. Instead of just saying, it's hard, tell us why.
Right. Say something like, I tried ordering coffee in English, but I froze because I forgot the word milk.
Exactly. That makes it relatable and even funny. The person listening thinks, wow, I've been there too.
And when people relate to you, they listen more. They want to hear how you overcame that challenge.
Examples also help you, the speaker, stay focused and organized. They keep your message on track.
So true. Sometimes when you speak without examples, it sounds vague. People can't follow.
But when you include a real-life situation, it becomes memorable. People remember stories.
And it doesn't have to be dramatic. Even small moments like practicing English at the grocery store can help.
Exactly. What matters is the connection between the story and your idea.
So if your idea is practice makes perfect, tell a story about how daily practice improved your English.
That's the key. Your example brings the idea to life and makes it easier to understand.
It's kind of like giving your idea a home. The example is where the idea lives, breathes, and grows.
Wow. I like that, Erica. That's poetic, but yes, it's true.
So remember, share your experiences. Don't be afraid to talk about mistakes, failures, or funny moments.
They make your English real and relatable, and that's how you connect with people.
All right, so let's review. We've shared 4 tips today to help you communicate clearly in English.
Tip 1, simplify your idea. Keep it clear and easy to understand.
Tip 2, prove your idea. Support your point with reasons or evidence.
Tip 3, connect your idea to emotion. Make your message human and meaningful.
And tip 4, share examples. Bring your point to life with personal stories or situations.
These 4 tips may sound simple, but when you use them together, they transform your English.
Seriously, this is the kind of stuff that helps you go from student to communicator.
And remember, speaking like a native isn't about having a perfect accent. It's about being clear and confident.
Exactly. And you're already making progress by listening to this podcast. That means a lot.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to say, if you found value in today's episode, let us know.
Leave a comment. Tell us which tip helped you the most, and don't forget to say where you're from.
We're always reading the comments and love giving shout-outs in future episodes.
And hey, if you want to go even deeper with your English, we've got something special for you.
Yes, we'll talk about that in a second, but first, do you know what time it is?
I think I do. Is it story time?
That's right, it's story time. And today we have a story that shows how all 4 tips can come together.
Yes, and this time it's Peter's turn to tell the story. I already know it's going to be good.
All right, here we go. So, a few years ago, I was in Italy for a short business trip, and I had just started learning Italian.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting already. Go on.
I walked into a small cafe and I wanted to order an espresso and a croissant. Sounds easy, right?
Simple, or at least it should be.
Yeah, so I tried to say it in Italian. But instead of asking for una brioche, I confidently asked for una broccia.
Wait, what's brocha? That's not even a word, is it?
Apparently not. The woman behind the counter just stared at me, then started laughing with her colleague.
Oh no, that's such a classic language moment. Funny, but also kind of painful in the moment.
Exactly. I froze. I didn't know what to say next. I had simplified the sentence, but clearly messed it up.
But you kept going, right?
Yes, I remembered tip number 2. Prove your idea. I pointed at the croissant in the display and smiled. That helped.
Nice recovery. Sometimes gestures help too when words fail.
Absolutely. Then I said, mi dispiace, il mio italiano non è perfetto, which means, sorry, my Italian isn't perfect.
And that's tip 3 right there. Connect with emotion. You showed humility and honesty.
Yes, and you know what happened next? She smiled, nodded, and helped me practice the correct words. We had a great little chat.
That's amazing. You turned an awkward moment into a real human connection.
And before I left, I shared a little story about how hard it is learning new languages. That was my example. Tip 4.
Boom! All 4 tips in action in one quick coffee moment.
Yep, and it reminded me that clear communication isn't about perfection, it's about connection.
I love that, and I think everyone listening can relate to that kind of experience.
So here's the lesson. You're gonna make mistakes. That's part of the process. But if you apply these tips, you'll grow fast.
Totally agree. These 4 strategies aren't just about English. They're about being understood.
And more than that, they're about building confidence when you speak.
Okay, let's do one final recap. Peter?
Sure. Tip 1, simplify your idea. Tip 2, prove your idea. Tip 3, connect to emotion. Tip 4, share examples.
And if you start applying just one of these today, your English communication will improve.
Yes, but if you apply all 4 together, you'll start sounding natural and confident in no time.
Remember, it's not about big words. It's about clear messages and real connection.
Before we go, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below.
Tell us what country you're listening from. We'd love to shout you out in our next episode.
And let us know which tip you liked the most, or if you've ever had a funny language moment like mine.
Also, if you want to keep learning with us, check the link in the description. We've got something just for you.
Yep, an amazing learning plan to help you master real English communication.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We truly love having you as part of the English Talk Show community.
Stay motivated, keep practicing, and don't be afraid to speak, even if you make mistakes.
You've got this, and we'll be right here cheering you on every step of the way.
See you in the next episode.
Bye for now, and happy learning.